Xbox fans rejoice, Smite for the Xbox One is here and badass. So this is Gamma147K3 here, bringing you guys Smite on the Xbox One. Full disclosure though, this is the beta. All this footage that you're about to see is taken from the beta when the beta keys are being released. I got my hands on one, so just so you know, this isn't any of the finished product, this is only just the beta. Full disclosure, thought you guys should know. Now to start off this review, I'm going to say right now and give you the layout of what the game is like. This game is based off Greek mythology, the multiple gods, you know, Aphrodite, Zeus, Mercury, Ymir, Odin, so on and so forth. All the Greek mythology gods, different gods, Norse gods, Greek gods, so on and so forth, Egyptian, you name it, it's here. They try to get them all, and they're always adding new gods, which is great to see. This game is basically a MOBA, and in case you haven't played a MOBA, then you must not know what it is, or you must not know what League of Legends is. It is a tower-based game where you and a team of people, maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, take on another team of 3, maybe 4, maybe 5, and you guys go for each other's towers. There's different lanes. Right now is Joust, so it's the 3v3, where each team has 1 tower, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Titan. Now, in order to beat the other team, you must take out their tower. Then from the tower, you must take out their Phoenix. Then from their Phoenix, you must take out their Titan. You cannot push straight Titan. It will not take any damage. You have to go in order. There's a certain order to things, just like life. And what's fun about this game is that every class is unique. Now, my friend liked to play Aphrodite. Aphrodite is a mage, and she uses ranged magic. My other friend may use Mercury, who is a physical melee. And I use Ymir, who is also a physical melee, but he's like a tank. Every class is different in their own special way. There's assassins, there's tanks, support, there's mages, so on and so forth. This game is highly based on team effort. You need to work as a team. If you're not a collective team, you're going to fail. However, to help you along in your little quest, there are minions. Minions are small little dudes. They're in medieval armor. Both teams get them, and both teams spawn at the same time. Or their minions spawn at the same time. Now, a lot of people pay no attention to them, but minions are much harder than you think. They can actually take on a Titan on their own, which is very surprising. Now, you use Titans, however, almost as meat shields, because to take on a tower, you must approach it in its vicinity. Now the problem is that towers can target you if you are within their vicinity. However, if you put minions in front of you, they will aim for the minions and not you, which gives you a clear shot at the tower in a little bit of time. But don't think it's all fun and games, because guess what? The other team is trying either the same exact tactic or moving towards your position. So you have to make a choice. Is the tower worth your life, or will you back out and hope for another push with your team? Also, there is a store mechanic where you can upgrade your character. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, I have a little tiki-looking thing, 2 pieces of armor, and footwear. No, that is not to make my character look pretty. That is because they all provide benefits. Either adds more health, adds more damage, adds more speed, cooldown for your abilities, so on and so forth. About abilities, every button is an ability. My X, my A, my B, my Y. My X, especially for Ymir, brings up this great ice wall, which is very helpful for keeping enemies at bay and protecting yourself when you have to go on the run. My B ability freezes enemies, and my A ability brings out a nice spike floor ahead of me, which is very effective. I love Ymir, because Ymir is great. He's a tank, he knows how to take a hit, and knows how to deal a hit, especially with his abilities. Now, as you just heard right now, we took out an enemy Phoenix. This is all based on teamwork. You cannot rely only on minions to take out enemies, and you cannot rely on one person to take down the enemy. You have to work as a collective team. 2 of my teammates were together. That's how they were able to take down the Phoenix. They used minions to their advantage, and they also used teamwork. You cannot 1v1, I'm sorry, no matter how hard you try. Every god is balanced in their own special way. Yes, Mercury is the fastest god, and it's annoying when you're chasing him down. I get that. Yes, Ymir can be overpowered sometimes. I get that as well. However, besides just those 2 gods I can think of off the top of my head, Apu, for instance, the new god that was released, he is actually very overpowered, but every god balances each other out in a way, which is very interesting, and very nice that the game actually is able to do such a thing. Yes, full disclosure, yes, you can get very annoyed and you will die a few times. Nobody can just beat this game in one hit. No one can just pick up the game and automatically get 50 kills. That's impossible. You will die. And right now actually was victory while I was in the middle of buying something because my team worked together. However, teamwork is key, and as I was saying earlier, you cannot 1v1 an entire team. Alright, sorry about that awkward silence for a second. I just wanted that to end before I continued. Now, also going on into the game, you will learn that some abilities work better than others and some abilities don't. You're able to auto-buy abilities, so you're auto-buy in the store, so you can just buy random things, or at least the game will buy certain things that it thinks you need, or you can auto-level up your abilities, which it can be helpful for the most part, however, not always. It's nice to put your own points into the abilities you like. I like to put my points into A and B first, if anything else. That way, I can easily pack a punch and stop the enemy right ahead. I worry about my X and Y later in the game. But I've been talking a lot of good, but there are some bads. As I mentioned earlier, some gods, even though they try to balance it out as good as possible, it doesn't always work for every case. If you're facing a team against, let's say, Loki, Loki, Jeb, and let's just say, Loki, Jeb, Zeus, for instance, or Loki, Jeb, Apu, you might get your ass handed to you no matter how good your team is. And if somebody leaves on your team, that's it. You might as well bend over and ask for it gently. You're not going to get it easy, and nobody's willing just to give up. There are times where enemies will surrender. There are times where enemies just don't want to go on. But that's if you just give it to them hard enough, which isn't always the case, for instance. No matter, even if you think that you're losing, you can always still push and always win. This game is never as black and white, and anything can happen and the game can change. And enemies can get very overpowered if they know how to build their team correctly, know how to build their gods correctly, which can get very annoying at points. Especially that the gods are sometimes slow. Even with boots, for instance, Ymir is super slow, and that can be my downfall. Because if I run out of mana, which you will run out of mana a lot, I end up dying. And that can cost me cheap deaths, and the more you die, the more time it takes you to spawn, which can be very annoying. It can be helpful when you kill an enemy and they have to wait 60 seconds, but it can be very annoying when you die and for the first time, you already have to wait 30. When you died only once, and your teammate who has died 7 times only has to wait 10 seconds. So it can get very annoying, it can get sort of unbalanced. But that is completely overlooked by the fact that this is just a great game to play with friends. I, myself, can at least find 4 other friends to play with at any moment, and we all can play and have a good time in this game. This game is an amazing game, and especially if you were to buy the $30 pack, which gives you every single god, some skins, and the gods that come out in the future, that is a really worth deal. I know that this game, I'm pretty sure, is free, which is kind of stupid. Why would you pay money for something like this? However, it's just a time saving, because you get favor after every match you win, and even if you lose sometimes you get favor, which you use to buy gods. So it's either, do you want to spend at least 40 hours playing to buy a god, or would you just go with a cheap, easy solution of $30? However, this is where I'm going to end my review, because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of input. I want you guys to play this game. Download this game right now. Play it. Tell me what you guys think. I'm telling you, everybody has a different experience and everyone has a different story. I want to know what you guys think. And I hope to see you guys on the battlefield. Take it easy, guys. This is Gamma.